What's the worst possible thing someone could do at your funeral?
Ooh.
Ooh. Do at my funeral. So I've already said on this podcast before that I want I've said a few things about my funeral on this podcast. I want there to be a Muppet, and I want it to be like emo themed. I want it to be full on like the Helena music video. And instead of coming up to say a prayer at my casket, I want it to be a karaoke machine, and you have to sing me a song. So I guess like the worst thing somebody could do is like break the karaoke machine, or like
choose a bad song.
yeah.
Alice would have hated that song. Pick a different one.
She hates this band.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like pick a Nickelback song, but honestly, I don't hate Nickelback. I think like it's a meme to hate them.
Yeah, well, no, I feel like you would appreciate the comedy in that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's a meme. I'd love that.
Yeah, they do
I'm
photograph
trying to
holding a picture of you.
Yeah, look at this photo. That's my eulogy.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to perform an autopsy?
Ever wanted to know how accurate your favorite crime drama is?
If you're brave enough,
Join us inside the morgue.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Inside the Morgue. We're your favorite pathology duo, Jess and Alex, and we're coming at you from Young Junk Studios. Dylan, where can the people find you?
You can find me by emailing me, dylan@youngjunk.com. If you want to start a podcast and look good doing it, like Jess and Alice here, all you got to do is shoot me an email and we'll figure it out.
Heck yeah.
All right, so we are back with another fun mini episode playing Morbid Curiosities' new expansion pack and their new quizzes called Postmortems.
Yeah. We're loving them.
We did this 2 episodes ago and it was so much fun, so we wanted to do it again because we absolutely love this game. Morbid Curiosity, sponsor us.
Sponsor us, we love you. Send us stuff.
So, Dylan, what is our first
Nova,
question?
sorry.
Also, here's Nova.
We have a special guest today.
She wants to play.
Maybe you see the people.
She's shy.
Aw.
Sorry. Derailed the entire podcast.
It's all right. She's fine.
All right. So, first question. This one's for Nova. If you only had a few months left to live, would you get married? Would you tell them?
Would I tell them that I had a few months left to live?
I guess.
Oh, I thought you would tell them that we're getting married.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you have to know.
No, you like do the whole ceremony while they're asleep.
Yeah. It's like the Beetlejuice wedding.
We sleepwalk into the courthouse.
Shut, can't say anything. Yeah. I would make them aware of the situation and let them know that like I still wanted to get married.
Yeah, I mean, you two are both in the middle of planning your wedding.
Literally.
So
Getting married in a month and a half.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Well, this says it only a few months, so I guess you would still
You're in the time
do
frame.
that.
You're good. Yeah.
This makes me think of Florence Pugh's new movie, We Live in Time.
I haven't even watched it because it looks too sad.
It's so sad.
Is that the one with
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I've heard that is good.
Yeah.
I got halfway through it and I had to stop because I was getting too sad.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
But that's the same. Like, she has like a few months left to live and she's like, I want to live my life and like do all these fun things with you. So I think I would still get married and like want to live my life to the fullest with the time I had left.
I would definitely tell them though. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna not tell them.
Yeah, this made me think of A Walk to Remember.
Oh,
Nicholas
that's
Sparks.
such a I forgot about that movie. That's such a heartbreaking movie, and I watched it too many times as a kid.
That was the first time I like ugly cried watching a movie. I was like 12, and it was at like a sleepover, and we all were just like sobbing watching that movie.
I love Mandy Moore.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I would still get married, and I would tell the person that I had a few months left to live.
Yeah.
What about you?
Dylan, what would you do?
I definitely, yeah. You know, I keep telling my girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna marry your ass, but I want to buy a house first.
Yeah.
Like, weddings are expensive and so are houses. So I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah.
gotta prioritize. I feel like a lot of people of like our generation are kind of following that pattern.
Yeah.
But
That's what me and
I was just
Dom
gonna
did.
say
We
that's
bought
what you
our
guys
house.
did. You bought a house first.
We bought our
Yeah.
house first, and then he proposed.
yeah. But yeah, weddings are fun.
Right.
So I would
Celebrate.
right, exactly. Have a big celebration,
Yeah.
Why the heck not? And yeah, I would
It's time to get
tell
all the
them.
family
Yeah,
together.
you would tell. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd tell my girlfriend everything. So
Yeah, I tell
wouldn't-
Costa everything,
I would
too.
be good at keeping a secret.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I can't keep a secret from Dom for the life of me. He tells me that I'm an open book, and he knows exactly when I'm lying.
yeah. I can't even. I'm the person who I get Costa a gift and I'm so excited about it. I'm like, do you want to know what I got you?
I know. I'll be like,
His
Dom, I have
birthday's like a month
I
away,
have
and
a
I'm like, do you
surprise
wanna
for you.
Do you want to know what I got you? And
I-
I'll tell everybody else what I got him if it's like a really cool thing. And I'm like, because I just can't keep it in. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm good at
I'm just
keeping
too
surprises.
excited.
Because I like doing
Yeah.
surprises. But yeah, no, obviously, if it's something as crazy as that, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
something as crazy as I have a few months left to live. I'm not going to keep
I
that.
know,
That's
well,
not going to be a fun surprise.
even if I tried not to, like, I don't know, there'd be like one cookie left. I'd be like, give it to me, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I would
I'm
play
about
that
to
card all the
I know.
time.
Oh yeah, I'd play that card every day. Like, come on, I'm dying.
I need my coffee now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so it
I
sounds
love
like we're all on the same page on
Yeah.
that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
same
right.
boat.
Next question. What's the worst possible thing someone could do at your funeral?
Ooh.
Ooh. Do at my funeral. So I've already said on this podcast before that I want I've said a few things about my funeral on this podcast. I want there to be a Muppet. And I want it to be like emo themed. I want it to be full on like the Helena music video. And instead of coming up to say a prayer at my casket, I want it to be a karaoke machine and you have to sing me a song. So I guess like the worst thing somebody could do is like break the karaoke machine. Or like
Choose a bad song.
yeah, like,
Alice would have hated that song. Pick a different one.
She hates this band.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like pick a Nickelback song, but honestly, I don't hate Nickelback. I think like it's a
You would've-
meme to hate them.
Yeah, well, no,
Look at
I feel
this
like you would
graph.
appreciate the comedy in that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Yeah.
a meme. I'd love that.
Yeah, they do
I'm trying to
photograph
think of-
holding a picture of you.
Yeah, look at this photo. That's my eulogy.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm just planning my funeral. Worst thing somebody could do at my
Oh,
funeral.
God, I don't know.
I mean, bringing it back to that other question, I feel like proposing to somebody at a funeral would be wildly inappropriate.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
insane. I wonder if somebody's done that.
I wonder.
All right.
They're like, if not now, when?
Yeah.
I was starting to think about how short life is.
That would be
Oh, man.
Listen, this funeral
Wait,
got me thinking.
back-
We only have
going
one
back
life
to
to
that,
live.
do you guys like when people propose at other people's weddings?
No.
I
No.
feel like you need permission
No.
from the other wedding. And even
Yeah,
if
if you
so,
have permission, fine.
but which is also like, if you even just having like the gall to ask somebody like, oh, can I like propose to my partner at your wedding? Like, well, I feel like most people would want to say no, but if
Yeah.
they say yes, it's like just out of being nice.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a pretty selfish thing to ask.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't. No. What about you, Jess?
I'm trying to think. God, I have no idea. Maybe like just show up in really inappropriate clothing.
Yeah.
Like
See,
have
I
some
think that'd be fun.
respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst
Um,
Is it so? It says like your funeral specifically, not like a funeral.
yeah. It says your funeral.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to. What's the worst thing somebody could do? They could. Oh my God. I'm thinking like they could invite like a celebrity. They could invite Robert Pattinson knowing that I'm not alive to meet him.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be the worst. I want to meet him so bad.
Or like someone's reading a eulogy, but it's not yours and it's somebody else's and they like completely messed up.
Yeah. You know what? I would hate it if somebody made me seem boring in my eulogy.
Yeah.
Be true to me. I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. Guys, I'm a little quirky. Yeah. If somebody like upset somebody that I care about at my funeral who was like mourning. Like
yeah.
now I'm just thinking of like lists of people I don't want at my funeral, but I'm clearly not going to say that on a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to blow up my life like that.
No, you both should write a full list, and that'll be the next episode.
Yeah. Subscribe to our Patreon for us to find out who is uninvited from
The
my
Patreon
funeral.
exclusive.
Oh gosh.
What about you, Dylan? What's the worst thing somebody could do?
Honestly,
Propose.
I mean, yeah, but kind of like the idea of like proposing at a wedding, like dying at my funeral. Like, come on, like
Upstage
yeah,
you?
exactly, right?
Don't take the spotlight away from me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's my day.
In New Girl, Nick Miller literally says that. He tells Jess, he's like, "You're not invited to my funeral. You'd make it all about you, and my funeral's my time to shine."
I am Nick Miller.
So, Jess, you said inappropriate clothing.
I think if somebody just like didn't even have the decency to like give me respect on my death day,
Yeah.
then don't come.
Yeah.
So, what is the dress code? Mine's emo.
Black tie.
Black tie. Ball gowns. I love it.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Oh gosh.
Mm.
When did you start thinking about death? What triggered it?
Yeah, that's too real of a question.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This could be like traumatic.
I think I first thought about death in college when I was like interested in forensics, and I was like, wow, I could see myself working in death.
Mm.
I was like, let me go do an internship at a coroner's office because that's fun for your summer. I was working at a bakery, and like during the week I was just interning, and all of my coworkers were like, so what dead bodies did you see today?
Your answer's so normal and healthy.
Is it?
I'm an anxious person, and when I was a kid, I don't know what triggered it. I know that's one of the questions, but there was a time in my life where I was convinced. I was like 7 or 8. I just got really, really scared that I was like gonna die at any moment. Like I thought I was gonna like something terrible was gonna happen, and like I didn't have long left. It was weird. Like my mom was like very, very worried about me. I just got like really obsessed with death in a weird way that I was terrified of it. And I don't know when it switched to be something that I was fascinated with. I don't know if I got like so into it, being afraid of it, that I like tried to learn more about it. And then now I freaking experience death every day. But yeah, I don't know what the trigger for that was. I think both my grandfathers were homicide detectives, but they wouldn't really talk to me about work at like that young of an age. But I feel like it was just like around. Like I would see stuff on TV, and like just even like the CSI and Law and Order shows that we talk about here. I'd like see clips of them on TV, and I'm like, what's that? Do people do that to each other? And like,
I was so obsessed with Criminal Minds.
Yeah. So I think maybe like seeing like forensics TV shows as a kid and like freaked me out. But then like I was scared, but like I wanted to know more. So like I learned more, and I'm like, okay, wait, do I like this? Like, am I fascinated by this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember thinking about it as a kid a lot. Now I'm medicated, guys.
Dylan, do you think about death?
Start thinking about death.
Only when you're with us.
Yeah. So I
When I
started
met
producing
you.
this podcast called Inside the Morgue. I didn't even know what death was before that. I thought we all just kept going.
You're like, wait, people
wait,
die?
people die?
I'm so sorry if we're the ones to tell you.
No, I feel like it probably was like media, like like horror movies and stuff.
Yeah, I did see horror movies as a kid a lot.
Yeah, and then I think like when I started thinking about it in like the context of my own life was probably when my grandfather first passed when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And and like actually seeing like firsthand how it affects people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's it.
You just made me have a connection. It was my great aunt passed away when I was 7, and we were like, my mom was close with her. I'm wondering if that's what triggered my like fear and fascination of death. That was probably it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely like. I remember like watching like me and my friends watching the Saw movies,
Oh my god.
and like
Love
me
Saw.
just being convinced that like like I'd be walking like home and there'd be a van like passing by. I'm like, Jigsaw's in there.
Yeah. Like,
He's gonna get me.
you're like, well,
The
this is
first
it.
time I watched Saw, I was walking home. Like, I parked my car in the driveway and I had to walk through our dark garage to go inside. And I was convinced somebody in a pig mask was in the garage waiting for me.
Yeah, like there,
Yeah.
it might be Saw 2 when she's like waiting for the guy, in his like bathroom behind the shower curtain.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that I remember I was always like checking the shower curtain when I went.
Oh, I
in.
still do.
You still do?
Yeah, I still always do. I check shower curtains.
Yeah. Even I
Yeah.
remember like I was scared to even close the shower curtain while I was showering.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
then my mom came in the bathroom. She's like, "It is fucking soaking wet in the bathroom. What's going on?" And
You're
I'm
like, "Mom,
"Ah."
Jigsaw."
Mom,
you don't get
understand.
it.
Someone in a pig mask is going to grab me.
I'm gonna
When
get
I'm
murdered if I
Most
leave
vulnerable.
if I close the shower curtain, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was like horror movies and stuff
Mhm.
like that, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a combination of horror movies and like my great aunt passing away. And
Yeah.
seeing like how it affected people. And I was like, oh my god, wait.
Right.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
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 Which I mean, I guess is like kind of a luxury because like when you guys were talking about like the postmortem photography episode when they're like, oh well, death was just
Right.
instilled in people because it was just like you die
Yeah.
young, you know?
yeah, they
like-
saw it every day.
exactly.
It was like,
So like now the fact that it's like I don't know, like you're not even like necessarily like until you're like maybe like teenager or whatever. If
Yeah,
you
you're
have
not
that
exposed
if you
to
have
it.
that privilege of like not being around death, obviously everybody's experience is different.
right.
And like some people experience tragedy at a very young age for one reason or the other, but
Mhm.
yeah, it is I guess kind of a privilege to say that
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
that
That's right.
you learn about it through
Yeah.
experiences that aren't your own at an older age.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because yeah, they was just everywhere in the Victorian era.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like people
Yeah.
like it was much more
They were
common to have a
just
wake in your own
dropping.
home.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
like stepping over dead people on your way to work.
it's like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Another one. Oh, there
Yep.
goes Jerry. Oh man.
I always think of the scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they're like, bring out your
Yeah.
dead. He uses a card of dead people. Yeah.
So true. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you
Oh no. Wait a minute.
Oh gosh. So, if you were to work with the dead, what job would you choose and what makes you a good fit? Have you ever thought about it before tonight?
Never.
Never.
Never
right? Yeah.
considered it.
Yeah.
What kind of people do that?
What kind of people do you think we are?
Wait, so maybe put a twist on this. If we didn't take out our jobs completely, like
Okay.
medical legal death investigator and pathes, take that out. What other job in forensics would you want?
In forensics or death care? Because my first thought is I would do like mortuary science and do like embalming, and I like to do makeup and fun stuff, and I would do like I would think about doing that. Like
That's super cool.
yeah. I've always said this, if I ever won the lottery and like just had unlimited funds, I would love to open a funeral home and that offered all types of different burial options, like we talked about in the last episode, like natural burial options, aquamation, composting, whatever you want, or traditional embalming, or whatever religious practices you have, and I just wouldn't charge a thing. Like I would just love to be able to give people a final resting place in the way that they want and deserve, and the way their families want and deserve them, because funerals are expensive.
Mhm.
So if I had unlimited funds, if I was a millionaire, I would love to just open a funeral home and just be like, all right, let's take care of your loved one the way you want to take care of them. So I think I
It's
would
so beautiful.
I think I
It
would
is.
switch to funeral industry if I wasn't doing what I was doing now.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you,
think-
Jess?
I have always loved forensic facial reconstructions.
I love
And I think that I would want to be a forensic facial, like a forensic artist,
that. Oh, that'd be badass. I love that so much.
and just work with skulls all day.
Yeah. Dylan, what career path would you do?
Huh, I don't know. I guess I don't know all of them, but I don't know. Body farms are interesting.
Shut up! No, I want to go back to body
Yeah.
donation.
That's
I
right,
want to
you
go
worked
back
in
to
another death
working.
care field
I want to
before
go
this.
back to working at a body donation center.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Like just all the like I don't know, like the one podcast, Criminal,
Love
they
it.
did an episode about body farms, and it was just like, yeah, they're like, this is what happens when a body's out in the sun for 30 days. That's 60 days. That's 90 days. This is if it's covered. This is if it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's interesting the fact that there's so much like study put into what goes on after we die. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first thing that comes to mind, I guess.
I love that. I've always wanted to go to the body farm. And if you haven't read Stiff by Mary Roach, you should. She does a whole chapter on like she visited the body farm, and there's other just like body donations. Like she sees other bodies that are donated to different aspects of science, and like she writes whole chapters on them. It's so good.
Interesting.
Such a good read. Another area I'm interested in, forensic anthropology.
Oh,
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Going with your skeleton. So you could do I
think I
would
would wanna-
investigate the
yeah.
skeleton, get like we could be a good duo. I could get
Yes.
like their basic demographics based off what I can find in the skeletal remains and give that to you, and you see the skull and you do your thing.
Yes. And then on the side, I would still work with body donation
Yeah.
because I think that that's such a rewarding job that people don't realize.
Yeah.
Like you're just contributing even more to science and like helping the next group like learn all of this stuff.
That's so cool. It's so cool whenever you're like I get to talk to you about your previous job working at a whole body donation center. It's so cool. Cuz you're so right. And like people don't think of that as a job. They think like I feel like a lot of people don't consider like the middleman aspect of donating your body. They're
Yeah. Somebody has to work on that body before it gets to the next place.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like it's a lot of people don't consider that. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right, this next one's a good one.
Oh.
In your opinion, what is the quintessential ghost story? Movie, book, play, etc.
Ghost story. I'm going to need a minute.
That doesn't count Ghostface.
I know. He's not a real ghost. I was just reading a book that referenced this, and it's not quite a ghost story, but the Raven, Edgar Allan Poe, because he's just haunted by like a lost love.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
But going off of that, so Mike Flanagan directs all those horror shows, and he did one that was based off of Edgar Allan Poe stories, The Fall of the House Usher, which is
so
why
good.
so good.
Yeah, yeah.
As that one's a good one, but my favorite is The Haunting of Hill House.
I was just gonna say I love that. I love Bly Manor.
Like those are such good ghost stories, especially
I
Bly
also
Manor. They're like, it's
think-
not a ghost story, it's a love story, and I'm like,
I know.
ah! Rip
I
my heart
also
out.
do love American Horror Story Murder House.
That's a good ghost story. trying to think of like a classic like prime example.
Yeah.
of
I
it.
mean,
do you have any, Dylan?
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist,
mind.
yeah.
That's a
That was my
classic
first
one.
thought
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm really partial to, I don't know if it's nostalgia reasons because I haven't seen it in a while, but Insidious. I really like the original
Ooh,
Insidious.
Insidious is so good.
Yeah.
Insidious is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poltergeist is another good.
Oh,
just
you know what's another good one? Oculus.
Oculus is really good.
Is
That's Mike
that-
Flanagan too.
I know.
Is that the one with the mirror?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I feel like I've seen that like a while ago. I don't remember it, so maybe I'm due for a rewatch.
It's
a
so
good-
good.
it's a
I
good
know. I watched it
watch.
again recently, and it holds up. It's so good. I love Mike Flanagan.
Like, ghost stories aren't my favorite when it comes to horror,
Mm-hmm.
but when it's done well, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have another one. A Christmas Carol.
Oh, very true.
Ooh.
That's like
Very classic.
ghost story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it the quintessential?
I think it could be. I think it could be because a
I
lot
think
of
any of
going
these
back,
could be.
Yeah.
going back to Victorian era, winter used to be like, for lack of a better term that I can't think of right now, a spooky season for them because more people would die in winter, so they would
Right.
tell ghost stories in the winter.
Yeah.
So Christmas Carol was a
Yeah.
ghost story.
Very true.
That's why in there is a Christmas Carol where they say we'll tell scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago because they used to tell ghost stories around Christmas.
Yeah.
So they just had bodies piling up because they
They
couldn't
just
bury
had them
them.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They had to cart them out.
Christmas is a ghost holiday. The Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost.
You know?
What if I had
It's
said
all
the
adding
Bible?
up now.
Ghost story.
We can get real into it and
Yeah.
go after the Bible, and that could be a
No, I
quintessential
don't think we
ghost
should.
story. We won't go
Again,
there.
on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Jess and I will blow up our lives.
For only $5 a
Watch
month.
there.
$5 a month.
Pay us
I'll
and we'll tell you
ruin
how.
Yeah.
Connections.
And that's only tier 1. Imagine what tier 2 is. All right. Are we ready for our quiz?
Quiz.
Yes.
Okay,
All
I'm
right,
scared.
quiz time.
Let's hope we get them right.
Yeah, y'all were 3 for 3 last time. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right. Oh, no, here we go. All right. Question 1. Ooh. The bones of 15 individuals revealing the existence of an anatomy school were discovered at the residence of which American founding father?
I know this one.
Is
I
it
know this
A,
one.
John Adams, B, Benjamin Franklin, C, Benjamin Rush, or D, Thomas Jefferson? I almost said Thomas Jefferson.
I think it's Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
No, it is
It's Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin, right?
It is, and that actually makes sense to me because that guy was into all sorts of stuff.
Right?
He was just so curious.
He
Wasn't
was
the
so
first
curious.
forensic dentist?
What?
Wasn't he the first forensic dentist?
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Oh,
Really?
Same
Yeah.
guy.
He
Same
ID'd
bro.
somebody. He gave them a certain like dental implant or something, and he was able to ID his body after
Mhm.
after a battle based off of the dental implant or like dentures that he gave him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, all right. 1 for 1. See if we can keep it going.
Yeah.
All right. Setting in within 10 minutes, what's one of the first visible signs of death? Is it A, stiffening of the body, B, darkening of the skin, C, defecation,
Yeah.
D, clouding of the eyes?
Clouding of the eyes.
That one.
You both are correct.
Oh god, it would be really awkward if I was partying and we were wrong.
D, a result of fluids and oxygen no longer flowing to the corneas.
Yep.
That sounds
Mhm.
quite unpleasant.
Yeah. It's not as like freaky as some people. I mean, I don't think it's as freaky as like some people think it looks. I mean, it's not.
I meant unpleasant to experience.
Oh, well, yeah. You did. So, yeah.
Yeah, but if that were to happen when I was alive, I don't think it
No,
would be
that you're right.
fun.
That would be unpleasant.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit.
Go
That
ahead.
sounds so weird. I want to talk a little bit about option C, defecation.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that when you die, you just immediately release your bowels and anything in your bladder. Like, I've gotten that question so many times. Like, oh, don't you just immediately urinate yourself like as soon as you die? And I'm like, no. Because like I tell people sometimes, like, yeah, we collect urine if there's urine for toxicology testing. They're like, well, how would there be urine? Don't you just like excrete everything when you die? I'm like, no, there's still plenty of urine, especially
Mhm.
in certain drug-related death, particularly opiates, person will be very constipated, and also
They
there's
have
urine
high
retention.
urine retention.
Yeah.
A lot of urine retention. So that is a common misconception that I get asked more frequently than I'd like if people poop themselves when they die.
Yeah.
Sometimes yes, but not all the time. So if you're worried about pooping yourself when you die, you might be okay.
I was.
I'm glad I could let you know
the
that
weight off my shoulder right
there
now.
you go.
Oh my
It's also
goodness.
You've been
super
on such a
common.
whirlwind. You've learned about death
I know.
on this podcast, and now you know you won't poop when
Yes,
you die.
somehow I
You might not poop.
Yeah, I didn't know about death itself, but I knew about the poop part.
You knew
Yeah.
that. You knew about pooping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't.
Also, it's super common for people to die naked if you're worried about that.
Yeah, we don't care.
It makes our job actually easier.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
because we don't have to address the people.
very true.
Yeah.
All right,
2 for 2.
2 for 2, ladies. Next question.
Nice.
Ooh, interesting one. Where are portions of Einstein's brain on permanent display for public viewing? Is it A, the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., B, the Museum of Natural History in New York City, C, the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia, or D, the Museum of Science and Industry, Chicago?
It's the Mutter
It's
Museum.
the mutter.
Is it?
Is it not?
It is. It is.
Oh my god! I was like, I've
I
seen
forgot,
them.
yeah.
I was like,
All
I've
right.
seen.
I've
seen
been there.
I was like,
I've
Is-
been there so many times.
Is it a big jar for that big brain?
it's actually they have slides of his.
Oh,
brain.
that's even cooler.
Yeah.
So like little cross sections of it.
Yeah, and it is cool, but I'm conflicted about it because Einstein said he didn't want his brain like on display after death.
Oh, well then. That's,
I know.
That's
So
pretty
like I
messed
saw
up.
it and I thought it was so cool, and then I learned after the fact that it was like actually against his wishes, and like somebody, I forget how it happened, but like somebody just like took his brain and like now it's on display for people. And I'm like, wait, but like we know.
Oh, that's no good.
I know. I felt bummed out when I learned
And
that somebody just like
that's
took
the
his brain.
whole issue that the mutter is facing
Yeah.
about not having consent for the people that they have on display.
Yeah, I heard that they changed things around there. That they kind of
Yeah.
I
neutered
haven't
it
I
for,
haven't been there since they've changed
Yeah,
things.
Let
yeah.
me just check that I'm not like slandering people. But he actually did say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Interesting.
read somewhere that like he didn't really want his brain.
Yeah, one of my favorite rappers, he says in a song once, "Big jar when they donate my brain." So that's why I asked about the size of the jar. So
I love Big old jar.
yeah. But oh man, and the fact that if he actually said that he didn't want it to be donated, or
Somebody just stole
That's
his brain.
okay. According
and
to
is
my
profiting off
quick
of it.
Google search, Einstein's wishes regarding his body were to be cremated and his ashes scattered secretly to discourage idolization, and he did not want his brain or body studied. But yeah.
It's a
So they
shame.
probably took his brain away and it's not on display.
I hope they cremated it,
Yeah.
and scattered it.
And scattered it
Yeah.
secretly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing them at the Mutter Museum
Yeah.
before.
Crazy.
I know, and I
Well-
saw them, and I was like, "This is so cool!" And then I learned that
Yeah.
after, and I was like, "Well, now I feel bad."
Right. I mean,
I
you
feel
didn't
bad for
know.
gawking at
Yeah.
his brain.
Yeah,
You didn't know.
that's true.
Um.
I was gonna say people can look at my brain after I die, but it's probably not as interesting.
It's in a small jar.
Oh, burn!
Damn.
Oh.
Damn. I was gonna say it's just like Scream trivia facts in there.
Yeah.
Just, wow.
Sorry.
Burn. It's okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
On your own podcast.
I know. Slandered.
Well, great job, y'all. You're
Thank
3 for
you.
3 again.
Oh, can we keep the streak up for next time?
I know. We have plenty of cards
Now
to
we've
go
set the bar
through.
pretty high, so it's gonna be sad when we get one wrong.
I know. I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I'm like, Dylan, cut it out.
No. No cuts here at Young Chunk.
And guys, we don't know what these questions are that Dylan's asking us.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he
None
he
of this
picked
is
them.
prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
picked from
even
a
read them till right now.
I love
I
that.
picked them at random, like in Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Go check out the previous episode
Yeah, listen to our Yellow Jackets episode.
if you haven't
Morbid
already.
Curiosities sponsor us.
Yes.
Oh, you say Morbid Curiosity? I thought you said Yellow Jackets sponsor us. I'm like, that's a long shot,
We
but
will
sure.
also take a Showtime sponsorship.
Yeah, if they really want to. Paramount Plus? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take any sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not picky.
All right, everybody. That ends our little mini episode playing some of our favorite games. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you guys get these games and play along with us because we'd love to hear some of your answers. If you want to shoot us a DM, or we'll post these on our stories, and you guys can just let us know some of your answers because we'd love to know. And we'd love to know more about what you know about postmortem, what happens to the body.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for joining us tonight. If you want to find us, we are on Instagram at Inside the Morgue Pod, and we're on TikTok as well. Is it the same handle at
It's
Inside
the same
Morgue Pod?
handle.
Same handle. You can check us out on YouTube as well, and also on Young Junk's YouTube page. And yeah, you can shoot us a DM with any show recommendations, any other games you want us to play, any other video games you want us to play. If I get better at video games and better at handling my own fear.
We'll do just about anything for content.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us, guys, and we'll be back next time for a brand new dissection.
Bye.
Bye.
Young John!